And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to Gem into Crypto, episode 775. Today is Thursday, August 12th, 2021, and I'm King.
I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish, and today's top stories, Poly Network hacker returns $258 million and conducts an AMA on how it went down. Iran's tax authority wants to legalize crypto exchanges. Lionel Messi, soccer superstar Messi, is bringing partly paid in crypto by PSG and more. But first and foremost, we want to talk about these prices, and then we have a very special guest to introduce to you all today. Bitcoin, say what's going on with prices?
Oh, yeah. So taking a look at our prices today, Bitcoin at $44,474, down 3.8% today. Ethereum sitting right above the $3,000 mark, $3,091, down 4.4%. Binance Coin at the number 3 spot, $381, down 3% today. Cardano coming in at 176 is down 5% on the day. XRP almost at the $1 mark at 97 cents is up 8.5%. Dogecoin at 26 cents is down 1.8% today. Polkadot sitting at $20.59 is down 5% today. And last but not least, Uniswap at $27.90 is down 7.3%, rounding out our top 10. So a little bit of a slide after we did see some big gains over the last 2 days from some of these coins. But again, I believe we are at the beginning of a bull market. So make sure you don't have weak hands and sell it all away.
I should have wore the HODL shirt today. All right, without further ado, folks, we're going to jump into it. We have a very special guest today, founder and CEO Charlie Silver of Permission.io is here with us. Permission.io is a startup in the crypto space looking to offer individuals a way to monetize their data and helping users take back control of their data. With increased privacy concerns across the big tech space, Permission is looking to push the narrative on data ownership versus privacy and help consumers get their cut what's rightfully theirs, their data. Let's welcome Charlie Silver to the show.
Hey, welcome, Charlie. What's up, brother?
Well, thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for being here. We have a ton of questions because we're always talking about privacy, getting paid for your own content, getting paid for your data. We use Brave browser. We use, VPN sometimes. We use all the stuff that can make sure we're protecting our data. So we have a lot of questions for you today. So thanks for being here.
Well, thanks again for having me.
The first one, though, we have to ask, we always ask everyone, how did you get into Bitcoin? What's the story there?
Yeah, well, I've been a student of money and monetary history my whole life, my whole business career. And, I started learning about Bitcoin, and at first I was a little skeptical, but around 2016, 2017, I really became a believer, and I saw that, the internet and the digitization of everything was changing the world, and that it made perfect sense for digital money to take hold. And so we started this company in 2017, and that's when, I drank the Kool-Aid, and I'm all in.
Oh, yeah. And tell us a little bit about some of the past projects that you worked on to lead to this point, because you have had some big companies that you've started and helped found before.
Yeah, well, for people who are a little bit older and who were around in the early internet era, I started a company called Real Age. And Real Age was a health media company that focused on helping people be healthier, or what we call younger, or lower their real age. You may know my partner and spokesperson, Dr. Mehmet Oz, who, after we sold the company, took over Oprah's slot on daytime television.
Yeah.
But in essence, it was a data collection company. We collected massive amounts of data on people, but then would ask permission if we could send them information on products and services to make their real age younger. And it worked tremendously well for any advertiser in the health and wellness space, particularly the pharmaceutical companies. And that's what I know really well, is permission marketing, how to use data to connect individuals to somebody selling something.
Always got to have permission.
So, so tell us, get into it, because like I said, I'm definitely interested. I wanted to get as much information as we can from you when it comes from this project. How does this work exactly? And what challenges did you face getting it to work? Because just the back end, I guess, the aggregation tools you would need to collect the data and actually sell it and pay people had to be a curve or a challenge there. So, yeah, what exactly is permission.io? What do you do? And what were some of those challenges you faced to get that working?
Well, those are a lot of big questions. But in essence, we're the means for you to earn from an asset. The most valuable asset in the world is data. I mean, Facebook, Google, Amazon, the biggest companies in the world are built on one commodity, your data. Yet individuals don't get a cut, right? So we're all about helping individuals earn and monetize this massive asset. So there's many, many, many use cases that we're building out. We've started, simply where somebody can download a browser extension, and as they surf the internet, they can see ads that will pay them in our crypto, ASK. They can go to permission.io and watch, connect to ads that pay them in ASK. But the most important use case, and that we're going to launch in Q4, is what's called the demand side bidding platform. And that's what blows out. That's when the permission.io and ASK will really, start to accelerate, is that we're enabling any advertiser to run ads on the open web and offer ASK to individuals to share their data and opt in. And that's going to be launching in Q4. So we see ASK, our crypto, as being the most widely used digital reward in advertising. And that's our mission. That's our goal.
Beautiful. I wanted to ask, as far as the companies that will be doing the marketing, is there incentive for them to purchase the AS token to have it as reserved so they can pay people in that?
Well, that's exactly right. We're creating a real marketplace, a two-sided marketplace for advertisers. Imagine Nike. They're running a campaign across the open web, right? What our system enables is them to build their own consumer database of people who volunteered to be marketed to. So Nike runs an ad offering 100 ASK. You click on it, you get to a landing page. It says, give us your email, give us your age. What sports do you play? That enables you then to claim the ASK, and then your name goes into the Nike database, and that Nike could then market to you in the future. You have volunteered to be marketed to, and you've been compensated for that, for you sharing your data. And that's how marketing should work, right? Don't hit me with a bunch of ads I don't want. Hit me with ads I do want and compensate me for sharing your data.
Hey, YouTube, we're talking to you.
Hey, listen, stop it. YouTube, we have no issues right now. Everything's been good, all right? All right, so let me ask you this. This, I would say, not, I'm sure the way you're doing it's a novel approach, but people have tried to throw that, line out there, see if it sticks with the advertising and marketing, and being able to pay for data. So I guess, what are you all doing different, or how are you all maneuvering this different than some of your competitors and what you've seen in the space?
Well, that's a great question. And what's interesting is that this is already a massive industry, permission marketing, and we're all familiar with it through rewards programs. That's what rewards programs are, in essence, permission marketing.
I like that. I like the bridge.
And rewards programs are growing. What companies spend on their rewards programs is growing at a 20% annual compounded rate, versus media in general just is growing at the rate of growth of the GNP. So if the GNP is growing 1.5%, 2% a year, rewards programs are growing at 20% a year. Marriott, American Express, Starbucks, all the major consumer companies get a better return on their investment spending on their rewards programs than they do on media. Meaning, take care of your loyal customers. Let your loyal customers continue to share their data, their spending habits, which enables just a deeper relationship between the company and the customer. And crypto is a better rewards vehicle because, one, it appreciates. Two, it's massively and globally liquid versus Starbucks points. Starbucks points you can only use at Starbucks, but ASK is a cryptocurrency that can be traded and it's liquid and can be used anywhere.
So I have to ask, we're getting this in from about 3 or 4 different warriors out there. And thank you, BK Born Best I Race, for the tip. Say he's watching the Da Vinci videos. Thanks for the plug for sure. People are asking, some people are saying they're kind of late and they're seeing similarities from Brave. So they're saying, how do you differ from Brave browser?
And by the way, I love Brave. I'm a big fan of Brave. When I first started this project, I remember Brave did their big ICO in 2017. And I'm like, they're paving the way. They're a leader. But there's one fundamental difference between us and Brave. It's about how data is used. Brave is all about privacy. They don't use data whatsoever. We take a different approach. We say data is this tremendous asset and has tremendous value. Compensate people for it. If you're out there shopping for a car, that's worth a lot of money to somebody selling a car.
That's true.
You're out there looking for life insurance or a mortgage. Do you know what half the stuff, these select quotes, all these insurance companies, if you opt in, saying, oh, we have the lowest insurance, blah, 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 they're lead generation companies. They get paid $400 or $500 a lead.
I'm very familiar. I did that for Mass Torts. I work with some marketing folks for that. I'm very familiar with those lead gen companies. Yeah, they get paid for all that.
Well, that's just data. That's just paying for, it's the same thing that, you're opting in to say, yeah, you know what, I'm looking for insurance. I'll fill this thing out. That, select quote gets $500 a lead every time you fill out that thing. Same with the data companies, Experian, the credit score. You fill out, oh, give me my credit score. Do you know how much they sell that information to the credit card companies and blah, blah. Data is this massive asset. And so we are all about helping the individual get paid for that data rather than the lead gen companies, rather than Google, rather than Facebook. So the bottom line with us and Brave is all about privacy. Surf the internet privately. We're all about, hey, share your data and get paid for it.
So everyone's asking, okay, so is this an extension? How does this work start to finish? I'm interested. I want to get paid off. Well, I guess we're going to call now data mining. Data mining things like yield farming. You can data mine for some crypto AX tokens and decide if you're going to bet your luck on or do what you want with them. Let's say people want to move forward. How does this work? The sign up process. How do I get going over to earning my AX tokens?
Okay, real simple. Go to permission.io, create an account. You'll earn 100 ASK for setting up an account and opting in to share your data. Sign up, you get 100 ASK right out of the gate.
Nice.
Cool.
And what exchanges is ASK available on? If you want to just purchase it straight out.
Well, we are on, getting a crypto. You asked about some of the challenges, the big challenges. Well, when you launch a crypto, you don't launch on Coinbase. You don't launch on Binance, right?
Yeah.
You got to climb the ladder, right? You got to be liquid. You got to show that you have security, that you're a real project, et cetera, et cetera. So we launched on BitThumb Global and BitTrue, two very high quality exchanges. We're on a couple of DeFi exchanges as well, Vitex. And we're going to be on all the major DeFi exchanges, later this year. I'm not supposed to talk about which exchanges we're going on. That's
sure, no problem.
Compliance, no. I can't talk about that. But I will say that our mission is to be massively liquid. So we want to, be on all the, the biggest exchanges in the world.
Folks are asking, so CJ, not for us. That's not something we've ever really done, but people are asking, are there any referral links that they could use to say people want to partner up with you all and do some type of programs? Do you all do that for folks?
Absolutely. There's a link, you got to dig around, but you can apply to be an ambassador. We have a very active, and we want to grow our ambassador program for people who want to get involved with our project. You can earn a lot of ASK by, being an ambassador, sharing referral links on your social media, et cetera. So there's links throughout the site to apply to be an ambassador.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
All right, so let's cover some stories. We love to get founders in here and actually get their point of view on some of the top stories of the day. The headlines would move the market, at least for some of the retail investors. They wake up, Bitcoin's this is dead, Ethereum's this is alive, whatever. People follow those headlines. So we love to get your take on that. Folks, Josh is asking about your tokenomics. We can come back to that, Josh, before we close the show. But yes, definitely want to get your take on a couple of stories. Top story of the day, Poly Network hacker returns 258 million, folks. And they conduct an AMA on how it went down. The disrespect. Bitcoin's Day, what happened with this story?
Oh, man. So as you may know, yesterday we discussed Poly Network being hacked for $600 million worth of crypto assets. But about $258 million worth of those assets have been returned so far. And the hacker claims they are keeping the rest of the funds safe while they negotiate with Poly. So it seems as though this hacker has taken it upon himself to negotiate with them how he will send the funds. He's also requested a multi-sig wallet to send it to. And of course, this AMA, it was the talk of the town and on Twitter because he was basically just walking people through exactly how it happened. So they asked, why hacking? And he put, for fun. And it says, why Poly Network? It says, cross-chain hacking is hot. It says, why transferring tokens? To keep it safe. And of course, when it goes down a little bit further, it says, why so sophisticated? The Poly Network is a decent system. It's one of the most challenging attacks that a hacker can enjoy, and I had to be quick to beat any insiders or hackers. I took it as a bonus challenge. So sort of like Michael Jordan. So like Michael Jordan, he said he was better than me, and I took that as a challenge.
Right.
So if you go down a little bit further, what really happened 30 hours ago is a long story, but they said he said he was forced to play the game. And going down a little further, he actually says, however, I didn't want to cause real panic of the crypto world, so I chose to ignore shitcoins so people didn't have to worry about them going to zero. I took important tokens, except for SHIB, and didn't sell any of them. And we actually stated that yesterday was that the coins he took, it looks like those are the coins he will actually want to keep. Some of the other ones, he just got rid of them right off the bat. So,
so the 230, it's not a peace offering after all. So it's a giveaway.
Yeah. No, it's just like these are the ones I don't want. You can have them back so they don't dump to zero. But yeah, it's just hilarious to me that this hacker was able to get away with it, have an AMA. I mean, like I said, we gotta love the crypto space, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, that guy is going to enjoy the rest of his life. He's going to spend a lot of time in jail.
Yeah,
it sounds like this is a young kid, great hacker.
Doesn't sound like a young kid to you, right? It does. Talking too much.
And he's like trying to show the world how smart he is, but yet he's a nice guy at the same time. Guess what? He's already admitted his guilt. This kid or whoever it is going to spend a long time in jail. Guarantee you. And they're going to find him. And because he's already confessing, he wants to, like he's so proud of what he did. And now he's proud of, I'm a good guy. I'm going to give some of it back. But my bet is he's going to be found and put in jail for a long time.
Or plot twist, he gets a little bit of small jail time, but then they hire him. Like security companies hire him to do just this, 2 crypto projects that they don't like.
Well, that may be true too, but
so when we're talking about
it's crypto, it's crazy, but you're right. It's probably a lot. He's facing at least 25 years.
When you talk about cybersecurity and stuff, so have to ask, like, what type of scrutiny have you given your own project? And I guess what are some of the challenges you faced with that already when it comes to building a crypto project?
It's the number one problem in crypto, security, by far. When we launched our project, I mean, there's a dirty little secret out there that 50% of web traffic is bots. You know, when Facebook, Google report their numbers, when big advertisers advertise on those platforms, they know that half of their spending is going to criminals, you know, bot farms.
Yeah.
Dirty little secret about digital advertising, that bots dominate the web and hackers have exploited systems everywhere. So it is the number one problem. And we have tremendous security protocols. You know, even though we didn't want to do it, but we had to do it. In order to withdraw your crypto from permission, you got to go through KYC. We got to have security protocols like a Coinbase or a Binance. I mean, if you don't, you're just going to be attacked nonstop, you know, through, you know, bots and hackers.
I would say I wouldn't, and you know what, that's not disagreeable to me either because of what your project is and what you're trying to do with it. As far as like, you guys are openly saying, hey, we are aggregating data, we're selling it, we're splitting it. This is how we're all gonna make money together. So I'm not like super against the KYC when it comes to that end of things, because at the end of the day, you still have you're onboarding people to crypto. So that's I can understand that, and that makes more sense to me. That's what we always try to tell projects. We just get upset when things don't make sense. When we're like, wait, you say you're doing this and you're this, but you still have the KYC, doesn't make sense. But in this case, I will say that I get where you're coming from. That Bitcoin, that you had something?
Well, for me, I wanted to know as far as the audit process. Has the code been audited?
Yeah, we have security codes all the time. It's, again, like I said, we invest an enormous amount of our capital into security. It's job one. It's absolutely job one, and it's on the plate every single day, you know, for our team.
Without giving away the secret sauce, you gave us the easy process to sign up and working, but I guess how are you making this work on the back end? I guess like the broad picture, how does this actually work?
Well, the key to understanding the tokenomics and how it all works is that we're building a demand bidding platform. That's going to launch in Q4 of this year. That's what creates a real two-sided marketplace when advertisers like Nike, Microsoft, Procter & Gamble actually buy ASK in order to offer it in their ads. So it's not just us putting it out there. Advertisers purchase it and determine, well, let's offer somebody 100 ASK, see what kind of ROI we get. Well, if maybe let's up it to 200, see where the ROI goes. Just like bidding on Google keywords, you know, you bid $1 for a keyword. Well, we're getting this many clicks. Let's push it up to $1.20, see how many more clicks we get. It's a very similar system. It's a bidding platform where advertisers bid with ASK, and they can run ads on the open web.
Oh, and if you get one person, the rest will come. So I know you all are working on the big fish for sure.
That's for sure. And let me tell you this, all of the major advertisers want to be permission marketers. They recognize that Google, Facebook, and the major platforms have been exploiting individuals' data. You know, Google's worth $2 trillion. Facebook's worth $1 trillion. I mean, it's mind-boggling. It's based on one asset, your data. That's how these businesses have been built. And by the way, I'm a huge fan of those companies. They've done an incredible job, but now it's changing. The world is changing.
For sure. Want to jump on this. I know Bitcoin Zay may have to leave early, but I will still be here. You all know Bitcoin Zay, the man with the plan, has another interview scheduled, so he's running around. But Iran's tax authority wants to legalize crypto exchanges. The Iranian tax agency has called for establishing a legal framework for trading platforms so they can be taxed properly. Not necessarily that the taxes, that story is important because of the regulation of it. So as a project co-founder or project founder, excuse me, what are your thoughts on regulation space? I know you have KYC, you have to do that, but I guess your general sentiment, and where do you think regulation is going?
Well, we have to have regulation in the US, else projects are going to move to Iran. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, we need a legal framework, but understand the dollar is what's at threat. Iran is out of the dollar system. Of course, they're going to encourage crypto. The dollar is the product of the USA. So they're going to do whatever they can to protect the dollar. But they also have to have crypto regulation, because that's where all the smart people in tech and finance are. So the US has to have a clear, positive regulatory framework. And I'm optimistic that we will get that. This bill going around, this infrastructure bill, with all the crypto stuff buried in it, now goes to the House, past the Senate, but the debate's really going to happen in the House. I'm hopeful and optimistic that we're going to get clear and positive regulation out of this.
I would definitely have to have you back on for like a 2-hour conversation on that one.
Because if we don't, guess what? All these great minds are moving out of the US. We have to have it.
Yeah, at least have a foundation so that people aren't confused. You're right, because right now it's still a gray area. It seems like our regulators are running around like chickens with their head cut off. They don't even agree with each other. So hopefully, yeah, they can get a regulatory framework, at least a base, and then we can build out from there. Hopefully, they let innovation kind of push forward without stifling it. But you're right, a lot of people will leave if they can't get clear regulation. They will leave and find somewhere else.
That's exactly right. And the best minds in finance and technology are in this space, and the US would be committing suicide to make it difficult to run crypto companies in the US.
Now that part is the problem. Bitcoin Zay, before you leave out, you got a quick question for Charlie?
No questions for me. I just wanted to know about the project, got a good sense of it. Sounds great. And of course, like you said, data is the most important asset we have. So definitely want to be able to get paid for your data. Love it, man. I appreciate you, Charlie.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I'll love to come back.
Well, you're not. Don't leave.
You don't have to go. I'm going. Yeah, I have to run.
They only had 30 minutes, but I had 5 more minutes if I can just get your time.
Oh no, I'm here. I'm not going.
Perfect. So folks are asking, VC backed or private equity funded for your project. How did you, I guess, get started?
Well, we have a lot of very high net worth angels, and we do have some VCs involved. Not international type crypto VCs. We will be raising a lot of money. I see these projects raising, hundreds of millions, and I definitely see us on that path, with big time private equity and VCs.
Yeah. So a lot of our viewers, they're big investors in the space from different parts, some small, big, whatever, but we have all types of people who actually invest in some of these projects. So sometimes they want to know that because their investment strategy is, okay, of course, if a big fish invests in your project or buys you up or gets involved, their hope is that, all right, that big fish will also be pushing that project, and of course, to see where that goes as well. Someone asked, so in my understanding, Don B. Hay said, what does buying data mean? From my understanding, it's not so much as buying data, but as he said, we're getting paid for the advertisements that will otherwise take our data. Is that about right?
Yeah, well, the way our system works is that advertisers will offer ASK where and then you, by accepting it, you're willing to share your data. And so we're not selling data on data marketplaces. We're being a conduit and a vehicle for advertisers to offer you crypto in exchange for you volunteering to opt in to their messaging and sharing the data directly to an advertiser.
Perfect. So again, that platform you said that would be coming out in Q4 will be was going to merge essentially everyone all together at once.
Right, but you can earn ASK right now you can download a browser extension and go to permission.io. So you can earn today, but the real big move is this bidding platform that we're going to have available in Q4, which enables any advertiser anywhere in the world to run ads on the open web and offer ASK. Nice.
Speaking of offering crypto, Lionel Messi, soccer superstar Messi, is being partly paid in crypto by PSG. This is huge news, of course, as Messi is one of the most infamous superstar athletes out there, but he signed a 2-year deal with PSG this week with an option for a third that would net him an annual salary of $41 million plus bonuses. PSG said on Thursday that Lionel Messi's wage package includes the cryptocurrency PSG Fan Tokens. That is crazy. I mean, you're talking about putting your money behind a project. To me, this is the same thing when Howard Stern was first offered His first contract deal with Spotify or whatever that big platform streaming service was. Was it? No, it wasn't Spotify. It was the radio one that is in everybody's cars back in the day. Sirius Satellite. When they gave him $100 million of that contract was in Sirius Satellite stock, which at the time I think was like $2 or $4 or something, and it exploded. So I bring that story up to ask you, like the future for your company. Do you ever see yourself, hey, maybe we can pay our employees in AX tokens or a percentage of that in AX tokens? What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. We do pay all of our team members are incentivized with significant amounts of ASK. And I'll have to share with your audience, not one employee, including myself, has sold one ASK, not one. And not until this thing is rocking and rolling is anybody going to sell one ASK. So
that's always good to hear.
Yeah, no, hey, we're creating a cryptocurrency. It's liquid and it's valuable. It's money. So absolutely. We pay our vendors and suppliers and ASK all the time.
People like the idea. People say not a bad idea, going direct. You get ASK for having ads pushed to your devices. Like I said, people, this might be the new way to earn some crypto doing data farming instead of yield farming, where you buy an extra cell phone because, like you said, if it can't be manipulated, somebody's going to buy an extra cell phone. Send me ads all day to this bad boy.
Well, think about it. You're about to go buy something. And this is what our mobile app, we're going to be releasing a mobile app as well. What are you shopping for? I'm shopping for a car, or a Toyota. You type in, I'm looking for a Toyota truck. And all of a sudden, if you put it in on Google, yeah, you'd see the local dealers and, the Toyota corporate, ads. But now they come to you and they offer you ASK. Same thing.
There it is. Very easy, very simple. You can find this again, folks, at permission.io. I'll put that link in the stream. And of course, it'll be under the video as well. Here, put it in the chat box for those who are listening. Again, that's permission.io. You can check this out. Very cool project. I had to give you a hard time today, Charlie. I saw the podcast list. I said, listen, we got to get our podcast on this homepage, right? We got to
put it there.
Shout out to Wendy. I saw Wendy O on here. I said, oh, we got to get on here next to Wendy O. But yeah, I saw the interview you did with her. That was a pretty good interview as well. I want to give her a shout out for that one as well.
No, we're working hard to get the word out there. And, it's a huge amount of fun and we love what we're doing. And, it's the whole digital advertising world is going to change. And it's going to change for the benefit of the individual.
I can't wait. I'm excited to actually see the gap being bridged. One last question, actually. One of your companies started one of the first crypto ETFs I saw. So can you give us just a quick, what happened with that and what's going on with that now?
Well, it's interesting. Thank you for asking, because when I was a founder of an ETF company and I have a finance background. And we launched the first equity ETF, ticker BLCN. That's a blockchain equity ETF. And this was in 2018. We had applied to do a Bitcoin ETF. And of course, like hundreds of other applications, the SEC turned it down. And, one day they will have a Bitcoin ETF, but that company was sold. And it's morphed into a hedge fund called Block Force Capital, and then another product called On-Ramp Invest. People ought to take a look at that. It's a tool for registered investment advisors to get their clients into crypto. So check out On-Ramp Invest. It's a real exciting project, and I'm a co-founder of that.
So when I want to go back to that, because we were talking about regulations earlier. That's the frustrating part to me. They're not even considering ETFs, or at least they hadn't in 2017, 2016. I mean, they're throwing, I literally heard a lawyer who works closely with the SEC say they're literally like balling them up, throwing them away. Like they're not even reading them. So when stuff like that's going on, or supposedly, for whatever reason, ETFs weren't getting any attention paid to it. But then in 2021, 2022, you see the big banks are like, well, we're offering this, or we're looking to do ETFs. We're looking to expand on ETPs and do this. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, Gary Gensler, the new SEC chair, This guy taught blockchain crypto courses at MIT. I think we're going to get clear regulation. It may take 6 months, who knows, but it's happening. It has to happen. Crypto is going to soon be a bigger asset class than precious metals. I mean, it's a major, major asset class. It can't be ignored. So let's get some clear rules around it. People are just begging for the rules. We'll deal with the rules, just give them to us, right?
Well, some of the market, not the full market, but I'm with you. Some of the market, the founders of some of the projects are like, hey, give us the rules so we know which way is up and down. But I certainly understand that point of view for sure.
Yeah, no, we have to have it. Taxes are a huge issue. Accounting. I mean, we don't even know, we have to determine our own accounting policies about when we distribute ASK and how, if we sell ASK to an investor. I mean, there's all kinds of, issues around it. And there's no gap, generally accepted accounting principles. It all has to happen.
Well, what I say, I like the freedom of being able to do that as being like a crypto business ourselves. I like the freedom of being able to pave the way and say, this is the way we're going to do things. But as far as the regulations, I would say, if you're going to be arresting people 3 or 4 years later, then yeah, you need to tell us today what game we're playing so we know.
Well, and when the regulation comes, I mean, right now, 6% of all venture capital in the United States is going into blockchain and crypto projects, 6%. Once we get the regulations, that's going to go to 50, 60%. That's when this industry explodes. There's so much money just waiting to dive in, but they have, if you're a major institution, you gotta, you're waiting for that regulation.
There it is. Again, we have Charlie Silver on the show today from permission.io. For those who are listening, it's a new way to make money from your data, receiving an ASK token. Looks like they are super pumped about that. Q4, they'll be having a new platform out where they're going to be bridging that gap, having those advertisers actually come on the platform to offer you ASK tokens, hopefully, for some of the ad space and ad buys that they do in the future. Charlie, thank you again. Anything you'd like to leave us with?
No, just become part of a new digital economy, earn from this asset that you didn't even know you had, your data, and it has so much value. And let's start earning from it. Get your cut.
We definitely have to have you back once you launch the platform. And
it is launched. It's just, it's the early stage. It's the early stage. It is launched. You can earn ASK, but it really goes global when we launch the bidding platform.
Oh, the bidding platform, right? Okay, yeah. I can't wait for that one to see that feedback, because like you said, you get Nike or somebody on there that's like, hey, watch these videos, do X, Y, Z. Oh, you wanted some shoes? Check this out. Can't wait to see how that works out. I definitely got to have you back.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much.
For being here, Charlie, for sure. And of course, if you're listening, make sure you smash that like and share. And we will see you all tomorrow for FBF and of course with some more crypto news. Cheers.